Hello, everyone. Travis is coming in a minute. Hello, great to see you guys. I had some jet lag because of my South Korea trip. It was a great trip. South Korean friends are very respectful, very like they show me great hospitality. And hello, Lasha. Hello, Lumbman Gaming. Hello, Drew. Hello, my friend. Mega Slice. Hello, Armwrestling Opera. Hello. Old Scratch. Good day to you as well. Ulashko. Greetings to Belgrade. Yeah, except some jet lag, everything is fine. Hello, John. Hello, guy. Great to see you, my friends. Coffee and milk. Okay. Bagent just came. Travis, the other way.
Come on, man. Why won't it turn with me? It won't turn with me?
Yes, because you are not the same Travis Bagent. In the past, it was just automatically turning for you.
So that motherfucker is not going to turn if I do that? No good? Oh, it says my invitation is locked.
How are you, Travis? What is this, like Doritos and things like that?
Oh, it's just a box to make it tall enough to kind of look down. Like with professional, if you're a professional podcaster, you would know that the angle of the camera you want higher looking down at you.
I really don't care about that one.
I know. Well, you're the boss. Boss does what he wants.
I'm not boss. I'm the servant. I'm the servant. You call me boss. Like who is serving more than me? Like I'm sure there are some people, but like boss just sits down and it's not me. Anyway,
You the boss, player. There ain't no doubt about it. You the boss.
I'm not.
Hey, listen, I was thinking about our interview and I was thinking how we could do better.
Okay.
So and once again, you the boss. I don't want to overstep your boundaries.
No. Well, you're talking about which interview right now? This podcast?
I believe that I'm talking about right now, what we're doing. Traditionally, we would start from the bottom and work ourselves to the main event. But I feel like we lose our energy.
We never lose our energy. We'll never lose our energy.
I'm talking about me. Like I got a couple one-liners. I'm ready to do this.
I mean,
if you ask me about the first match, I might blow it all right there. So if you don't mind, think about it, boss. We start from the top and work ourselves down.
If you do that, you're gonna lose the viewers.
No, there's too many matches. There's too many matches, man.
No, you will lose the viewers.
The middle of this thing is historic. Once you go from middle to top, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I won't be humble about it. I have no doubt this is the best arm wrestling event card ever.
I'm gonna miss a professional football game to be sure that I am in attendance to this card.
Yeah, because this is historical. If you would be missing, it would be terrible. If John tells me now he wants to come as well, I mean, I will want John as well because unfortunately Levan will not be there because Levan doesn't like to travel a lot. So he He is training and he will travel for his match against Jerry. But other than that, Denis Siplenkov will be there. Most likely Kirill Sarshev will be there. Arsen Liliev is coming. Artem Morozov is coming. Hermes Gasparini coming, and it will be huge event. Yeah. So let's go, Travis. I mean,
To the
you are
top. Start at the top. Start at the top.
We need to
Woo!
warm up. I mean,
Man, the top one, but the top one might not be the main event. It's not the main event to the arm wrestlers. It's the main event. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's high quality. It's high
no.
quality, but
Just tell me
it's got
whatever
a
you
story.
feel.
Yeah. I mean, let's just, it doesn't matter. You asked me the question. Ask me the question. Which match you want to start with? There are some matches that I feel that I can't give justice to, but I know you can. So, but I know that you know the ones that I'm ready to talk about.
Which one did you say?
I just know that I was looking at the card and there's probably 3 matches, maybe 4, where I don't know enough about both competitors. And I feel like,
I will ask you,
yeah,
and you can say you
of
don't
course,
know because even if you don't know one of the athletes, still hard to predict because you know one, but you don't know who is the opponent.
of course. And
Yeah.
hard to predict, listen, hard to predict when you know both athletes.
Oh yeah, but
If
that's
you
a different
love
reason.
them.
But that's a different reason. Hard to predict because the match is close. Hard to predict because you don't know the other guy. Two different things. Yeah.
Man,
Okay, let's start. Do you know Brigitta from Hungary? She's world champion arm wrestler, and her opponent is Irina Gladkaya.
I am not familiar with both at the point that I've watched them both just recently, just to try to get ready for the interviews and stuff. Um, the one thing about the chicks, man, is the heart is always there. So you really can't go wrong there. I'm really looking more to the other women's match. I definitely have some opinions on that. But I am not familiar enough.
Okay, you
So
are not familiar because you haven't seen them at the East versus West. This is the first time. But
of course.
they both WAF world champions. Yeah.
In what
So
weight class? 121s,
65,
110? Where are we at?
143, 154. Yeah.
Okay. So
Anyway,
legitimate, the winner will pull in the same category as the other girls match. Is that correct? Or is the other match
Other match is 132 pounds world title. This is 154. Like
girls a
winner
little
of
bigger?
this match may get this title for Fia Isaac for the future world title match. Yeah. Okay. Azat from Armenia and Danil Ustinov from Kazakhstan. One is the current 70 kilo world champion who was gonna pull against Hunter, and then Hunter had an injury, health problem, and then he's gonna pull against Daniel for the world title. Are you familiar? You watch some or?
Not familiar, but I was investigating to see if Hunter was how big of trouble that he was in. And I did come to the conclusion that he was in big trouble anyway, especially with him trying to lose that weight. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. I think that we'll find out exactly if Hunter will even think about losing the weight in the future.
Yeah.
After he watches this too. Do you? So you tell me, what do you think?
I don't know. Like I think that if Hunter would hook, you understand, Azap, I think that he had very good chance, and Hunter's hooking ability is very good. So we will see. Do you think that Hunter should be pulling 170 kilo, 170 pounds category, or you think he should? Where do you think that? Because
I think,
170, 170 is where Hunter is stronger, but then competition level also goes to another level when you have Arthur Makarov, Mindaugas, Daniel Prokopchuk, all those guys. Now, like, yeah, you feel stronger, but the guys are like the guys in one higher category is tougher than the guys one lower. I'm not saying tougher because they are bigger. That is naturally tougher category because all these guys I mentioned are world champions multiple times. So they are more like Azab and Daniel Ustino. They just won their first world title this year. You understand? But the Daniel, Mindaugas, Arthur, these guys are all, how to say, like very experienced, very established. You understand? Like their technique and everything.
No
So
doubt.
yeah.
I
So
believe that an American that is ever going to capture one of these belts, especially under 200 pounds, has to be also a master of weight loss. So to
mhm.
me, there is only one belt that Hunter has an option for. He's got one Hail Mary's chance of beating a 154-pound athlete and grabbing one of those belts. At
Mhm.
170, the competition's too crazy and it's too big, and it's, to me, it's not happening. Now, he can have a great career at 170 if you pick his opponents correctly. But if you shoot him to the top of the 170 class for a belt, it's going to be a problem. Now, here's a bigger problem. Can Hunter lose the weight? Is he a master and of that psychology? Like, to me, Todd Hutchings is a master at losing weight as well. And to me, he has an opportunity, Todd, to always drop one more and really get one of those belts. Now, Todd also may have the ability, unlike any other American, to grab a belt
Yeah,
without
but
losing weight.
Travis, like I said this, I mentioned this a few times on my community post or Facebook post. When I like became like part of arm wrestling, like all the legends of arm wrestling were from North America, especially. I mean, I shouldn't say especially, but for sure in lightweights too. Those Cobra, Chet Silvers, Dave Patton, Fisher, and Jerry Jennings, and many others. So what I'm just saying, like we cannot really accept current situation as like a forever case. That is my goal. Every nation should really start believing in themselves and getting involved. And then, like you say, yes, today only one looks like, according to you, Tatashins, and he has a very good chance because he has beaten the current world champion of 209, Iraqi Zirakashvili. But that should not be accepted by the North Americans. Like we should really get involved. And a lot of people I see, oh, let me be in my small world. You understand? Like you understand? And then, like I have even seen people are writing, "Oh, the elite arm wrestling lost its charm and something." Elite arm wrestling didn't lose its charm. Elite arm wrestling just became as tough as it has. Like I mean, never been. You understand? Like,
Of course.
and
And
we
listen,
we cannot just escape
yeah.
from the.
And how many years away are we before the tidal wave of this conversation, right? Like 3 years
Yeah,
from now, there's a kid, there's a human being, whether it's Paul Lynn, who just the tidal wave of what we are
yeah,
doing,
yeah,
the promotion. And then the story will be, Ingen, it was just a short 2 years ago. I was telling you, we didn't have a guy. Now,
yeah.
come to find out, there's 4 brand new guys, and they're
It's
in.
coming. They are coming, and
And
there
when
are
I
some
say
young
brand
guys.
new, they're not
Yeah,
brand new. They're Brandon Ocelsor, who now, because of the tidal wave of the level, is the level that Brandon Ocelsor was trying to get to was to beat Paul Lynn at the WAL finals.
mm-hmm,
Now, the level of commitment for a guy like Brandon Ocelsor, we
mm-hmm.
don't know what the tidal wave is gonna. We don't know the result from it. We will see what the landscape, and it's not just. I mean, everywhere is being exposed, and what they're being exposed to is the level. And listen, in How many days? 10 days? 14 days? I don't know how many days we're out, but
today, like 16 days later, competition will be there, and in
listen,
2 weeks, everyone will be in Istanbul.
when that tournament is over, you need to gather every losing opponent and you need to put a poster, and you will see that the greatest of great are having a tough time in Istanbul. And it will show you that what is happening is we've never been around a group of this many star athletes that are putting it on the line. Dude, everything is changing. And listen, I don't know if you're familiar with that. You know, it's hard to make $1,000, right? Not as hard to make $2,000. And then all of a sudden, you get to a place where it's easier to make 10 million after you have 5 million. You can do it in one day. And what we're seeing, man, this card is going to be, listen, it's going to send the same shockwave that went through Orlando. Now it's happening again because of dude. And the next time that you show up in the United States, it's over.
Yeah.
You can't come back.
I will tell you something. Next event in US, Orlando event was great, but we didn't really think that there would be that many people. Orlando event tickets were sold out 8 days before the event. I had to add some premium tickets, you understand? I just changed the walkout place from front to the side so there would be more place. But what I'm just saying, with a better card, when I say better card, that we need to bring some more Eastern superstars there. And that next event, there will be, I'm telling you, minimum 1,500, 2,000 people. And then you will go to arena for 5,000 people. And I can, when you are talking, Travis, I don't think that there is anyone better than you. Like when you are talking, and you get so much experience, you already know arm wrestling at this level. And you already get so much experience about the world level arm wrestling by commentating in Istanbul. So I can already see you commentating to like during the 5,000 people live their event. You understand? Like I can, when you were talking, I was just dreaming about that one. But you know, everything starts with a dream.
It's about that. It's getting ready to go down, man. It's gonna go down. I cannot believe that many amazing people are about to put it on the line here, boy. It is match after match. It's crazy. Let's start at the top, man. What are we doing? I told you this was gonna happen.
Okay.
We've already been here
1 second.
half
There is
hour.
one.
We ain't even spoke yet about my guys.
Okay. Hey, Travis. Catabolic T-Rex is asking, hey, Travis, who is your favorite dinosaur?
Is this a legitimate question, like the prehistoric animals, or am I supposed to read dinosaur?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
So let me see, where do I gravitate in the dinosaur department? I would say a shark. Yeah, the great white shark here is still considered a dinosaur. It just is still around. So I think that that's the way I would roll, probably.
Okay, let's go. You watched the match of Bagent Jr. against the Georgian guy?
I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay, that guy is Nugzari Shikazde.
Yeah, I've been around Nugo twice now, so good.
And he is gonna pull against the Turkish guy Oguzhan Koçak. Oguzhan Koçak, maybe you don't know, he is world champion. He has won world titles in, I think, 80 kilo, 85 kilo, 100 kilo. He has wins against Marcio Barboza, and he was like 189 pounds. He has beaten Clement Dimitrov, Sasho, Krasimir, Jordan Tsusonev, and many others. He has wins against. And right now he's going to pull against the guy who has beaten Bagent in Dubai 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and Nugo, and you know, what we know is that it's going to be crazy exciting, and we see this upward trajectory. The problem with the East versus West is, listen, the opponent's going to be tough too. So you're saying this is a Turkish guy who is probably the most important day of his life, I would imagine, will be the day that he competes in there. So it would be useless for me to tell you who's going to win, but listen, it doesn't get much better than the excitement that Nugo's bringing and the passion that must be in this Turkish man's heart. So, you know, I'm excited to see it. It'll be a great way to get the energy started in the room.
And you will get to know Oguzhan as well if he gets another match at the East versus West, so you will have an idea when you watch him closely. But do you remember Nuksgari also against the Ukrainian guy Petro Marharins? He lost 3-2. He won the first 2 rounds, and then Marharin beat him 3-2. Anyways, the exciting Georgian guy. Anyways, let's go to the next one. Artur Makarov versus Ömer Faruk Kozakoğlu. These guys, Artur, he has like different genetic of the hand and wrist. And Ömer Faruk Kozakoğlu is also the same way, but more likely his case is like Oleg Zok type of, genetic, Ömer. And they are gonna pull for the 77 kilo world title match. Ömer is the current 80 kilo world champion, and Artur is many times world champion in WAF, and right now he's the current East versus West world champion.
Yeah, Arthur's interesting to me, very interesting to me, because it almost looks like he doesn't think he can lose in the setup, but his hand, as awesome as it is, it also seems really compromisable right at the end. And he's so tucked in. It's really awkward. It looks like early in the matches he is just completely overwhelmingly dominant, and then there seems to be just an opening for, not that Mendagas had an opening, but you could just see that as the rounds went on.
Yes, round 1 was, but it also
the pinky finger, the ring finger, they start to get a little awkward, and then he looks a little awkward trying to finish right there at the bottom. So if you're mentioning the Olaf Zook comparison, so what you're telling me is this guy is totally trying to get outside, create an uncomfortable connection.
You didn't look at his photos, right? This guy's photos.
No, but you're talking it big, huh?
I will try to find for you very quick. Today I have a podcast with both guys.
Now, is this a traditional? Because to me, Oleg's hand and size is amazing, but also the positioning of the thumb compared, in the webbing, to me is what Oleg's biggest advantage is. So there's a difference in having Oleg's situation or Alan Fisher's unbelievable hand when you're talking about him pulling at 143 and 154.
Yeah. This guy is like, this is 170 pounds. And I will try to send you, but yeah.
So when you grab Arthur, is he wrapping? Does he have the finger length to wrap around the back of your hand, or is it more of a
he cannot really. He doesn't usually like to pull without the strap. He likes to pull with the strap. He is not comfortable, and sometimes he can't really put this finger. He does it himself. So his hand is like big, but I don't think that he has also so comfortable grip for himself. So his style depending more like hold and then pressure, not like wrist, but just holding and pulling. He doesn't have that like really good hand wrist. This guy, other guy is opposite way. The other guy is more likely the hand control guy. Not like I will show you right now. Maybe you will remember when you see the photo, and that guy is really 1 second.
And have they ever pulled before?
No, it didn't. Like I will try to show you his hand and wrist, but I don't know if you can.
Oh yeah, he's got a little something going on here. Well, listen, that's gotta be, to me, that's where you would attack. I think Arthur's situation, to me, looks like coming forward, you could still be in a bad position, and
Yes,
he looks
yes,
awesome.
yes.
Yeah, and he looks awesome.
This guy is tall. This guy is your height. He's pulling 170, but he's your height, Ömer. Very, very long forearm. He will probably keep himself like this to unavoid the hook, and he's
gonna do it. He's gonna look a lot like Matt Mask up there with those finger knuckles pointed straight to him.
Yeah,
Just,
he's just not like posting, but he will have a great control. I didn't. My shape is now 50%, but whenever I hold his hand, I said, let me just feel. And then whenever I hold, I felt like here is super powerful. Around here, like he's generating some weird power that you and I wouldn't be because of the different type of genetics.
Does Arthur have the? Does he have the Gennady broke arm push as well in his arsenal?
No. Once Arthur is like this, I think he will lose the match.
Okay.
Arthur doesn't have. So either Arthur just side pressure pins him or something, or Arthur hooks him, or I think that he will lose the match if somehow it's not hook or not a flash pin. If he hooks him, most likely he will beat him. But if he cannot hook him, and if the match stops, most likely he will lose his wrist, or he will just pull and do the straight side pressure to pin him. Yeah, and I think that it will be a good one. So let's go about the next one.
Let's go to the top and work ourselves down.
We are going. Dimitrina Petrova, Karolina Petrova. You are disrespecting the other matches.
No, I don't want to disrespect them. I just know the time is going on. We're going to end up disrespecting the best matches.
No, we will have energy for all of them.
2-hour limit.
Yeah. Okay, Dimitrina Petrova, Karolina Peterson, world title match. Right arm.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
One is 60 kilo. One is 60 kilo world champion.
This is not as awesome if we didn't just witness what we saw in comparison when they were both together in different matches, right? Yeah. We were just there, right? And what we saw was there's an outside, well, I mean, listen, that was a very tough match, right? I mean, old girl was in trouble the whole time in that lightweight match, right? I mean, hold on. I just got to knock at my door. Hold on.
Okay.
FaceTime when he walks in. That's the one you want me to sign. No worries. All right, you're the man. And you can also wait, but I know this is going for another hour. I know you. I got you. All right, cool. So how do I say the champ's name? Can I say Dima?
Dimitrina.
Yeah, but what's her little nickname? Like I heard, like everybody was just saying.
I don't know. Dimitrina.
Dimitrina.
Yeah. Like how you say how you say Dimitri? Dimitri, the name. This is Dimitri. No, because it's woman. Dimitrina Petrova and Karolina. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Dimitrina. So what I saw from her is that she could really not be the champ too. I mean, she was in an absolute 50-50. That Asian lady was amazing, right? Amazing. Now we watch and listen. I mean, how do you say it's just Caroline, right?
I say Karolina. I think
Carolina. All right, I got you.
Karolina, yeah.
And then she's like the MVP of the East versus West. Like she is the most wholesome. Oh yeah, he's got it, man. That looks like
look at the hand. Look at the hand.
Yeah, that looks like Dennis's hand. Look at the separation of the knuckles, man. That dude's hand is huge.
And look at this wrist. This wrist is like whenever I felt this wrist is generating like something different. Like it doesn't matter how strong you are. something is there. I felt like super strong. Like he's beatable. He won the WAF Worlds, but he lost to Aydarhan. You remember Aydarhan?
Of course.
Aydarhan beat him, but Aydarhan had like very little tiny fouls, but Aydarhan was better. But Aydarhan is incredibly explosive. This guy is not the first, and he's still youth category puller. This guy.
That's
And
scary,
so
scary.
what I'm just saying, just give him 2 years, 3 years, then we will have probably another Oleg Zog. You know.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
All right, so
Okay,
Katarina, right?
Yeah.
So, and she's like the most exciting. Like she's like winning the match of the day every time out. So I don't see that explosiveness that I saw, from the Asian lady. I don't see that in her. But we also know that there's an outside area that Dimitrina's definitely can be exposed to. So I think that this one's could it be 3-0 Dimitrina, not very interesting, or everybody on their feet, 100%, 9 minutes total arm wrestling in the middle of the match. And, if she wins, the place is going to go crazy.
Yeah. Travis, your paycheck went down by 25%, my friend. Yeah.
It went down?
Yeah, because you said 3-0 for the world title match.
I'm just saying, like, that's how dominating.
No. It is best of 7.
Was.
It cannot be 3-0.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. 4-0. Got you. Yeah.
I'm joking.
And listen, that helps. That helps her too, man. That helps her.
Yeah. And did you know that they pull, not this year, but the last year in Kazakhstan WAF? They did the final, this two.
Yeah, and she told me that. I mean, they all. I mean,
Dimitrina won.
I was seated with the Swedish girls. They had their predictions were wrong the whole time. They thought Egla was going to win, right? And they also thought
what was Egla? Oh, you're talking about the other matches.
Yeah, the other. So both the girl matches, they thought that Dimitrina was 100% going to win easy, and they thought that Egla was going to win. So they were both incorrect and very impressed. And I believe that that's where they get the confidence to now think that that they can win. It's going to be good.
So Oleg Zog versus Betkili Oniani. That is the arm that you are interested.
Come on, man. Listen, I told you to go to the top. This is the top right here. This is the top. This is it right here, because this is what. Yeah, because when you have a guy that can pull lighter, that it can pull heavier, and then they both could be in the same category, but listen, that Killy's a weird, mean, aggressive guy, man. I think that the only thing that can stop him from winning is, and I don't want to wish no bad luck, but he's so aggressive. And I believe that this means so much to him. Even, listen, he walks around to me like he thinks he's better than anybody in his country. You know what I mean? Like, he's the guy. He can be the most dominant guy, his left arm in his category, as good as Levon, as good as Gennady, as Iraqi. I mean, be careful saying anything about the great Samushia. Now, there is no greater than him.
But it's the different arms.
No doubt. I just feel that, this is, as long as he doesn't get hurt, because he's coming, the commitment's coming, and we all know that the connection that Oleg can present, it can be awkward at best, right? But listen, this thing is setting for Betkili to not only win, but to be nasty aggressive. And if you don't have a competitive advantage like Oleg does, I'm not sure there's a more dominant human being than Betkili Oniani. That's just my opinion.
So you are saying that Betkili is gonna win?
Is the only way he doesn't win is if it's just so much he can't continue. But I think he's the winner. I think he's
when you say Betkili is aggressive, like you feel that aggression, right? He doesn't show. His face is just so cold. He like you could see his face the same when he's reading book, or he's fishing, or he is arm wrestling. You know, he doesn't show any emotion. I don't see him he's training or something. How do you feel his aggression?
I do not feel that he is ever that impressed with the situation, you know, which is to me, I mean, I feel it. Like I feel animosity towards the community on his behalf, like that. And it's not negative. It's that, yo, man, I'm a bad dude.
Yeah, he's making a statement at the table, not only by arm wrestling, but he's with his how to say, with his look, the way that he was looking
his
at
whole
his
energy. The man's got presence. He's got energy. He is a scary person to me when it comes to, if you want to be in a competition against this guy, you better get ready, man, because he is capable of, listen, whatever it takes, he would get you. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Bad dude, man.
Okay, Travis. Yoshinobu Kanai versus Tatachings. Do you remember Yoshinobu's best years, like when he pulled against Michael Todd and Rambat? I don't know if you were there in any of those events.
Yep.
I know that you guys had some dominance against them with John, but that year you guys were just like unstoppable. You and John were like in a different league, you know.
No doubt. I've been around Yoshi. There's been times when Yoshi would have beat me and we were all arm wrestling, just not that day in Japan. I agree.
That year in Japan, you guys were untouchable. Yeah,
this is interesting just because I believe that there's not really a weight. The weight thing is weird with Yoshi because Yoshi is big but not big, you know, in two ways. So I just know that what Yoshi had at one point was he was extremely hard to pin. Hard to pin.
Can I say something?
Gives a little bit of angles and situations where there's that last 2 inches that, listen, and I'm not saying Yoshi can't do it another way. I'm just telling you that when I see the matchup, the only thing that I'm looking for is, how does the match end? Where does Todd suck him on Todd's side of the table, or is it just straight sideways? Does the thing start to come towards Yoshi's side at any point, 2 or 3? And then if he stops him, Yoshi will not deviate. He will not.
I agree with you, and perfectly. I was afraid that you were gonna underestimate Kanai, but there may be a dominance as well. But if it is not a dominant match, if that match stops somewhere, it will be a long match. Because yes, John beat Kanai in Japan. One match was very, very hard, and one time when you guys went, he dominated. But John was in incredible level, and John took everything. Todd doesn't have the killing hand control and dominating the pronation and taking everything. Todd is going without the control as well. So when you going without the control and you miss Kanai's pronator, and he still has the pronator, if you don't dominate him like this, but you just pull him like this, you live in his pronator, and then he stops you here. The guy resists. The guy will resist. If he's in good shape, guy will resist no less than Ongarbayev resisted. If he's in shape, guy will resist in the same position that Prudnik stopped Todd in Orlando. Kanai will resist much more than that. Only it just looks for a stop. But there is a possibility.
We've even seen Kanai resist longer levers than Todd. So he's not even going to be upset with the height elbow to hand. This is, listen, and the only thing that we all got to, to make sure that we can, if we play this back, that we also understand that Todd Hutchings also could get in that position to where we all think that it is the place where Kanai and the reason the match was made. And then Todd could also look at all of us and be like, come on, guys. Most people care when their hands like this. But I'm just going to raise up and then drag even further. And he may kill him. But I'm telling you, Kanai, once there's a problem, he's not going anywhere. And it doesn't matter how long it takes. And a lot of energy. My man starts, it's a slow start, but it's an extreme finish if he can take it to some weird place. So listen, I don't think this does anything wrong for Todd's legacy. I don't think anything changes for Todd's trajectory. This is one of those matches that if you don't have the information that you have in your brain, this match probably doesn't even get made. I don't want to root against Todd when it comes to the match being long and drawn out and entertaining, but the match was created for the option of it being long, unbelievably drawn out, and crazily entertaining. If it goes there, then this will be a plus for East versus West.
If Todd doesn't dominate Kanai, that event will be a nightmare. He better, like, especially if he stops at the middle. Like, I kind of believe that it will be, because this guy Kanai is good like this, good like this, good like this, good like this. Like, and sometimes I see him being beat by shoulder pressure, which Todd doesn't have.
And let's be also honest too about Todd's, what he has shown us the last few years. Each of the 3 years, he has given us 6 or 7 months of he's absolutely unbeatable. And then right around match 3 or 4, there is a stumble, right, in the arsenal. So this is another, is Todd Hutchings learning from staying in 100% perfect conditioning 12 months of the year? Is he at the stumble state? Or are we witnessing him correcting the things that have happened the last couple of years and maybe being not only the best Todd Hutchings, but the best arm wrestler in the United States by far? That's what we could be seeing, because he might just run through. He might run through Yoshi, give the signal, and then tell you, hey, come on, man. I don't want to leave this stage again without a belt.
Do you think that Todd's like before this year, like winning 2 matches and then losing 1 match thing, is it because of non-stop preparation and hard to keep himself at the max, or is it because every other match is getting harder?
Or just every match is equally 50-50. It's just, and usually, if the old way of arm wrestling, that would have took him 4 years to have those 4 or 5 matches. But because of the first of all, I mean, how easy is he to work with from your standpoint? There can't be an easier, more awesome athlete, right? You call him on the phone and he tells you right away if he can or can't do it, and he does not bug you probably at all about when you tell him a potential matchup. There is no anxiety. So because of his availability, willingness, his unbelievable brand value, it's a situation where he's probably arm wrestling more than if you wanted to hoard your brand a little bit, you would stretch him out a little bit longer. But I think he's on a mission. I think that his lack of caring so much and being such a fucking man's man when it comes to the way he handles his business, that it's awesome. I know it's got to be awesome for you. It's got to be.
Yeah. I love it.
He's good. He's good.
And people are talking about whose flight will be longer. I think Kanai's flight from Japan to here will be longer than the flight that Todd will have here, but a little bit longer, I think. Let's go to the next one. Reno Masic versus Ibrahim Sagov. press versus press. Look at Travis. I love Travis. I love
Dude,
talking
this
with you.
one is crazy
Yeah.
because, I mean, talk about, Reno too, man. Talk about him not being afraid to just get after it. I mean, listen,
Well,
Reno's
it's world
destined.
title match. Why would
Yeah,
he reject that?
yeah,
Like,
Reno is destined to be a title holder, maybe both hands one of these days in this league. I mean, you're talking about extraordinarily sick, crazy, talented dude that, listen, he's gonna win all that. It's gonna happen. But it's not gonna happen this time. Not with this dude. Listen, I'm a Sagov fanatic. I mean, first of all, I can
you are?
see him.
Why are you Sago fanatic?
Just the attitude, just the presence, the attitude. And listen, sometimes you lose. If you lost in East versus West 9, you lost in East versus West 11, you may have lost in East versus West 13. Who knows? But here's the deal. Sometimes you get the matches that are just another superstar. So
Yeah.
listen, both of these guys have had losses. Both of these guys, man, are bad dudes. In my opinion, Ibrahim Sagov is going to win. And listen, he's going to keep on winning. He's going to be tough to beat anywhere in that class.
You think he's going to beat Reno?
Well, listen, I don't like even when I saw Reno sneak in that left against
Matchenko?
Yes, which I'm wondering, did Matchenko allow that to happen, or did Reno this close of being?
I think it had a lot to do with the start of that match.
Yeah, which is awesome. The fact that if Reno can get listen, any start that Reno can get to beat that man is amazing. Like, for his age, his experience level. I think Reno's got a chance. It's awesome. And because of that, I can't say that he's going to get swept. But
go ahead.
Yeah, this match is going to be awesome, and Sagov's going to have the belt when it's over.
Okay.
And Reno's going to gain a lot of experience, which is going to prepare him to one day be the champ.
Okay, the question. This is different than what is the card we are talking about. Devon's most likely next step will be 115 kg world title. And so according to you, he will be pulling Ibrahim Sagov.
Yes.
I have seen Ibrahim Sagov pressing that way, this way, that way, but just pressing. And then we know that when Devon goes that way, he may be vulnerable for a really strong shoulder pressure. Do you think that Ibrahim Sagov is the person that poses the most danger for Devon, or in 115 kilo, someone like Matushenko, who has the hooking ability but not press, has more, or someone going outside in that category? Like, what do you think? Like someone like Bagent?
I think Sagov's got all the tools that he needs to pull Devon a various bunch of ways. But I think it's more of how I feel about Devon. I believe that every single time that Devon Larratt competes for a world championship at East versus West, that it is 50-50. And that's just the way it is. Because the weight...
Devon is not favorites?
No, not it. Now listen, also too, let's put that in context, like, because that could be a slight on Devon's brand. Or you can be more realistic and say that he's the most amazing person in the world that could pull 3 or 4 classes and be a 50-50 opponent for any champion, who ideally each champion is pulling at their most ideal weight, and they can't do what he can do. Sagov can't lose the weight and pull Petrenko, right? Sagov can't gain the weight and beat Levon. No. But this fucking guy, Devon, can do it. The problem is that each individual weight class at the very most cream top, it's 50-50. Like, in my opinion, it's 50-50 for Devon on November 2nd. It will be 50-50 with Devon against Reno or Sagov. It will be 50-50 when Devon pulls anybody if that belt is on the line.
Okay. And David Samushia versus Alexander.
Yeah, listen. Yeah. I cannot disrespect my man any longer.
It is Vladimir Mairo. But
yeah,
you're getting used to. You're getting used to.
No doubt. I am so impressed with both of these guys. I mean, listen, Samushia is already. Listen, that's it. I don't even.
Can I cut you? Can I cut you 5 seconds?
Yes.
Like, you are a legend in arm wrestling, but trust me, if we somehow reach to the mainstream level, your career as a commentator will be even more legendary than your arm wrestling career.
Yeah, and listen, how many years would the East versus West have to continue from starting right now for it to develop?
I think if we stay united in not 2025 will be like this. 2026 will be like we will
Great.
be in
Well,
arenas
my
like
question is
for 5,000
how
people.
many years does the East versus West have to continue from today to manufacture a champion that has been able to defend his title as much as Samushia? It's going to take 20 years.
I don't think so. I don't think so. There will no, nobody will be. Nobody.
Right. So you're talking
I think
doesn't matter.
Yeah. And maybe Levan could do it, but Levan pulls twice a year, so he needs to go. He just won one time against Devon, and then he needs to. If he goes like this, he needs to go 5.5 years.
And he also can't up the weight class and do what he did against Sasho. You know, like Levant doesn't have that.
No. Sasho didn't go up. Sasho went down. Like, Samushia didn't go up. Sasho went down.
Right. I'm just like the unbelievable span that our guy is on has already cemented him in the Mount Rushmore for our whole lifetime. In the next lifetime, it'll take multiple generations in order for there to be a guy under 200 pounds that, especially because of the competition, just getting worse and worse and worse, and the ability to repeat that multiple times will be almost impossible. So we're talking about somebody. But once again, I can't believe I'm saying this. This is like 51-49. We already know that my guy had just started getting back.
Yes. Travis, I love when you are not coming here. Like we just spending time. You know, you are just talking about exactly what you know what you are talking about.
And how do you think no one knows more than him as to the preparation that he had, the feeling it felt in the match that he was right there.
What did you think about when you saw him against Adam Warzinski?
I mean, listen, it's a sad reality right now is that if we take that hook and we put it in our lunchbox and in our luggage and we bring it over there, it's a tough thing. If you're and I love Adam to death, but Adam.
No. What I'm just saying that very impressed by.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, very impressed.
Do you agree? Do you agree that to beat Samushia, you need to dominate his pronator? Like, even taking his wrist and leaving his pronator, he's pressing.
To do exactly what he did to Adam. That Adam, he just 100%.
Yes.
Did it to Adam.
Yes. That is why I think that Vladimir, I don't know if he's strong enough or if he has the endurance enough, but I think the right pulling style to beat Samushia, because that you need to really dominate that pronator so he cannot resist. Once you leave it here, even I'm telling you, take his wrist, you leave his pronator, he's pressing you. He pressed like this to Mayorov, he pressed like this Aidarhan, he pressed like this Sasho, you know. So, like, for me, if I would pull him, I would just only focus on here, not here, because he's gonna beat your brachyradialis with the shoulder pressure as well. Yeah.
This is so close, man. It's so close, and it's painful to not like. Honestly, we should be saying that samushia 100%. Why would you vote against the champ? There's no way the champ can lose. Champ's gonna win. Champ done shows you every time, no matter how deep the water is, he's good. It's gonna be really close. 49-51.
Yes.
It's
Yeah,
gonna,
I agree.
especially early, it's gonna be awesome. I mean, it's gonna, But I've said it before, man. How can you vote against? How can you predict against the champ? I mean, it's crazy too. This thing is gonna be so close.
I agree, and I don't know why I see early rounds Vladimir, but getting balanced at the middle of the super match. God knows where it will end up. It is incredible. Wow, East versus West 15, incredible. Yeah, let's go. Let's go to the next one. And look at there, even the non-world title matches. We have Vitaly Laletin versus Georgi Dizarano. Like you saw Georgi against Revas, 160 or 170 kilo he was. So we are talking about what, 360 pounds or something. And then now he's gonna pull against Laletin. I believe that like Morozov is more technical, but without the hand, I think that Dizarano has more horsepower. This is what I believe, and I believe that there is a possibility if that match stops. I think that the way that Hermes pull against Laletin, back pressure starting. The problem that Morozov had, first of all, Morozov right now is very big. Morozov, when he pulled Laletin, wasn't that big. He was still like the same shape that he showed against Alex Kurdecha, not the shape that he was last year before his stomach problem that he was getting ready for Levan. But right now he looks like Morozov looks that way. But another thing is that Morozov is one of the slowest guy. Morozov just stops people and then beats, while Laletin is probably the most explosive super heavyweight. Even Hermes stopped him here. He couldn't really match. And so my opinion is that Morozov made a mistake by not really loading a lot before the go against Vitaly and tried to match his start. You cannot do that. You cannot, because till Morozov was at his 80, Vitaly already hit him with his hundreds. So so what needed to happen? I'm not saying that Morozov would beat Laletin that day, but still he made a strategic mistake. I don't think he performed anything, and I think if the Zarano really loads, and then somehow because Laletin has very strong hand, but Laletin's wrist is not like super strong. He's also finger strong and then pronating, so he's not really dominating the pronator unless you get him in hook, and he easily gets your pronator. So with a really good back pressure, and if Laletin hits, and if the Zarano stops him here with his pronator having, then like making his Laletin's wrist like flat, and then I think there is a possibility him to beat him. Like I won't be surprised if Dizarano beats Laletin, but on the paper, because of that deadly starts, I think that Laletin looks favored as much as we know. But I was thinking that Revaz would flash Dizarano at least in the first two rounds, but he just ready go boom, he directly hook him and beat him. Boom, he Toproll him and beat him. So I'm not sure about that anymore. How do you see this match?
Yeah, well, I think it's very, it's so deceiving, right? Because Georgi Dizarano has to be the biggest rising star in the sport of arm wrestling when it comes to, we don't have any, like he's the guy in the super heavyweights that we don't know, right? Because we're like, oh man, he down 2-0 against my guy, Sergey, then he somehow, he brings him back, right? He hooks him, wins 3. Then you're thinking, because of come on, man, why can't I think of the guy that beat me? Sergey
Kalashnikov.
Yeah, Kalashnikov, right. Because of Kalashnikov's ability with Georgie to take his hand the first couple rounds, listen, Rivas is going to kill him, right? He's going to kill him.
Yeah, but just remember, Dizarano just get off the couch.
Of course.
2-3 months training after a long break. And then Dizarano, they pull Sergey. And Dizarano today are...
Well, exactly. Well, that's what we have to
also improved.
Right.
Sergey also improved a lot, but...
Listen, he comes off the couch, he gets his hand taken twice, he ends up winning 3-0. So he doesn't take this huge jump, he just takes a jump. Then he gets to Rivas, and we're thinking this is probably the end of the road, right? But no, this massive improvement has taken place, right? Boom. Now you got Devon saying he thinks that Georgie's got a chance to be the champ one day because he just got off the couch, found a way to beat Sergey, kills Rivas, and now we're here. And listen, I don't care how he has to be really good. He has to have gotten better to beat Vitaly, right? But here's the problem. This Vitaly that we know now, this is the #1 contender in the world to beat Levon. This guy.
But why?
This guy,
what makes you say that?
Because he's bigger, he's stronger, he's more
okay. So he has the potential.
He's everything. He killed Morozov. to me, Art Morozov is a hero, a freak. That wasn't even close. This Vitaly Larratt, listen, he needs, as soon as he cracks Georgie Dezernov, which he's going to, 3-0, this is light work for this guy, not because Georgie is not jumping. It's because Vitaly's ready. Listen, this Vitaly is not the guy that lost to Levon 6 years ago in that 8, the skinny guy. He's not even the guy that allowed, that the conflict over there started, and all of a sudden he's got a match with Dave, and Dave does some crazy.
No, okay, but a year ago, a year ago also Hermes won against him.
Yeah, but did you see how? I mean,
no, I know it was a hard match. I know it's a hard
match that Hermes does not want to see again. That's it. Listen, here is the deal. Vitaly's going to crush him, and then he's going to look in the microphone, and he's the guy that deserves the title match after Levon and Jerry. It's Vitaly. He's the guy.
Listen. Like, if Hermes says that I beat Vitaly and I'm ready, then this is the...
No problem. We got plenty of them.
Listen, I will tell you something.
Chicago,
Vitaly and Levon are going to pull eventually. If Vitaly is as good as you are saying, it means that he will stay undefeated. If somebody beats Vitaly, it just means that he will not deserve it.
Do you have a pen? Do you have a pen right now?
Pen, yeah.
Yeah, write the date down, and I'll tell you, Vitaly Larratt is the next super heavyweight champion.
Okay. And another thing is that I think Morozov and Larratt will be the next super heavyweight left arm world title match.
Yeah. And listen, and Vitaly, there's a good chance that Vitaly is the left and the right-handed champion of the world.
Okay. Let's go to the next one. Irakli Zirakashvili versus Georgi Tautiev. Do you know who Georgi Tautiev is?
I do not. And
he is almost as tall as Vitaly Larratt. He's 2 meters. He's probably maybe 1.5, 2 inches taller than Devon, and one of the best top rollers in the world. But he's pulling 209. He has beaten 1 round. He has beaten Ibrahim Sagov. He top rolled him and beat him after a long match. And then in the final, they had the match, and Ibrahim beat him with that wrist, but he's very tall guy. So this guy handled the shoulder pressure of Ibrahim Sagov with that wrist. So in the case, if somehow he takes the wrist of Iraqi may not have the horsepower to finish him that way. He may, but he may not. We don't know yet. But the guy is very tall. I believe that Iraqi needs to dominate him, and there is a possibility that he can do that because he is very strong. But the other guy technically may not be comfortable for Iraqi, and we know that the matches Iraqi lost were against the top rollers. John took his wrist. Of course, he didn't win at the end, but Ongarbev did. And Todd went sideways, but I saw at the end some rounds he also lost his wrist. And Dadikian beat him with outside and side pressure and outside. So, but Iraqi claims that right now his wrist is in different level. He says that Engin, you will see, I will dominate him, and he says that after that, I will go back to 105 and take care my losses. You understand? He will probably means that he's gonna beat this guy, that guy. But I think after this match, most likely his first match will be if he wins. Sorry, if he wins that Tatachings.
Yeah.
But he needs to win. Yeah.
Todd Hutchins needs the title shot, man. What are we waiting on?
No, he will have. He already had title shot against Ongarbev. He won the title, and then he put against Dadikian, and he lost his title.
What about Dadikian? That's another one too, man. Listen, be very careful. No good.
No. Then he will go down. I meant like down, you know.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my goodness. When's Dadikian? Oh, listen.
Dadikian is injured. Dadikian is injured, but now he started training. He just sent me a message 2 days ago.
Listen, how aggressive do you think that person will be the next time that he walks on that stage?
Who?
Dadikian.
He will be aggressive. He will be very hungry.
Are you kidding me? He's a killer too. He's the closest thing to me to Betkili. Just two guys that you don't mess with, man. You don't mess with them two dudes.
But Betkili looks passive aggressive. He doesn't even talk. He doesn't.
Everyone keeps asking about Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry will be my guest tomorrow. Jerry will be my guest tomorrow, and I think Devon will be my guest tomorrow. And anyway, so let's go. So who's winning, Iraqi or Georgi?
I mean, listen, I think that Iraqi is on. What's Iraqi's last 5 matches? He's on a bender, right? He's doing really he looks amazing, right?
He won all the 95 kilo matches.
Yeah. His last loss was to Todd Hutchins, right?
No. His last loss wasn't to Todd Hutchins. That match was in 95. It was 105 kilo. But in 105, he lost to Todd, he lost to Ongarbev, he lost to Dadikian. And then he came down to 95, and then he beat Rustam, he beat Sasho, and then who did he beat last? I think it was Sasho his last match.
It wasn't really close, really, right?
No.
Yeah, to me, Iraqi is one of those prime examples of.
Oh, he beat also Pauline. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. To me, Iraqi is one of them guys too that you can gather your information from something that happened a year and a half ago against a superstar, and then the effects of it. To me, all Iraqli's done is just grinded, and he's gotten way better.
People in chat reminded the last win he was in 105 category, not 95, but he beat Prudnik.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that he's on a super upward momentum too. Not probably as drastic as Vitali, but definitely a problem. The guy that he's been presenting himself has been pretty amazing. You can only beat the guys that are in front of you. In the last 3 or 4 times, he's been super impressive.
Yeah. By the way, I have terrible jet lag. I went to South Korea, and there until now, today I went to bed 2 p.m. and I get up 5 p.m. 3 hours sleep. I couldn't sleep night. I just terrible, I'm like I have to do 3 podcasts today. 3. Yeah.
Why you're the boss. That's why you make all the money, baby.
That's. Anyways, oh, that event is just incredible. This is my favorite match. I think this is the best match of the event. Michael Todd versus Gennady Kvikvinia. And you know what? Like, listen, people always make fun with Michael about like Michael 209 or say sorry 2.0 whatever Anyways, sorry, I'm kind of tired, and but Michael that I see right now, physically and spiritually and mentally, I think this is one of the like strongest Michael. Seriously, did you see those photos with the shoulders and everything? Even with the left
Let's
shoulder was
go.
like the size of my head. That look incredible. And then, but whenever you see Michael like that, it's hard to bet against him. And then whenever you think that his opponent is Gennady Kvikvinia, then you are saying, never know.
It's going to be amazing. Man, this is going to be good, man. But I'm with you. Somehow, that Michael Todd has convinced me that he is that guy. He is that guy right now. And we already know it's going to be close anyway. Like, Michael Todd is amazing, right? He is going to stop Gennady. He's going to force Gennady to pull in some crazy ways, which, unfortunately for Michael Todd, there is no weaknesses if Gennady is 100%. He has the ability to do all phases. But listen, call me a sappy American. I don't know what to tell you. I am telling you that Michael Todd is another guy that has somehow convinced me he's got a chance at that 153-pound belt.
253, you mean?
Yes, 253.
Oh, one second, my friend. Michael right now looks like over 300 pounds.
No
And
doubt, no doubt.
he's looking for something else. So you mean for the future?
Yeah, I think that, listen, Michael
Yeah.
Todd thinks he's going to win the super heavyweight belt. And listen, if Michael Todd can get to the most supreme level, let's be honest with ourselves. He has the technique that would make you question whether Levon can handle that for 4 rounds or not. But it has to be a better version of the one that stops it. And it's so difficult because Levon is so amazing. But Michael Todd, he thinks he's that guy. My opinion is that he's in the top 3 or 4 if he's at his best. But at 253, which is a small commitment for him, you can't hear me or I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you at all. That's crazy. I wonder if the people, I can hear Travis, but I can't hear Ingen. Well, the most important thing is they can hear me. This is perfect. So I think Michael Todd is the guy, right? I don't think he's the guy at the super heavyweight. I think he can cause a problem for the super heavyweight. Can you hear me now? Say something, Ingen. Say anything. I guess he ain't going to. All right, well, I'm going to keep talking then. The people say they can hear me. I think Michael Todd is going to win the match. I don't know how he's going to win it. It's going to be almost impossible to beat Gennady, but maybe it's just my American blood. But I 100% am pulling for Monster Michael Todd. I told Ingen, now listen, now that he can't interrupt me, ladies and gentlemen, let's be honest. We should have started from the top and worked ourselves to the bottom, right? He's connecting, reconnecting. Benji Mac, I should just keep talking, right? I don't think. Now I'm frozen. Let me see if I can work this thing out real quick. I think every time he refreshes it, it ruins it for me.